usual, let us start our Dhamma by saying Namo Tassa 3 times. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Today, let us study something about this mind. Because so-called being is composed of psychophysical complex mind and the matter of the body. And we have many times studied about the body. Now let us study something about the mind. This Dhamma about the mind I'm going to talk today is exhorted by our Lord Buddha and applied to the request made by one celestial Deva, being while he was residing at Jetavana Monastery at Savatthi over 2,500 years ago. Before we begin to learn this Dhamma, let us study something about the basic nature of the mind. Mind is a very wide subject, but we have to be familiar with a few terms regarding mind because it is helpful in our meditation practice. The mind is defined as a seat of consciousness, perception, volition and feeling. The consciousness, Vijnana and Pali, it furnishes the bare cognition of the object. Its character and density and clarity are chiefly determined by the inseparably linked 3 other mental groups or mental factors or mental concomitants. If you read books, you get many words, but the same thing, the mental accompaniment, the factors that accompany the mind. According to the 6th sense basis, the corresponding 6 objects, it divides into 6 kinds. Actually, some of you who have studied Abhidhamma is familiar. Buddha classified into 89 or 121 types of data. Never mind. For us, for practical purposes, we need to know these mind or consciousness. Conditioned through the eye and the visual object, there arise eye consciousness, Jakku Vijnana, Pali word Jakku Vijnana, eye consciousness. Then conditioned through the ear and the audible sound, ear consciousness arises. Conditioned through the nose and the olfactory object, nose consciousness arises. Conditioned through the tongue and the gustative object, tongue consciousness arises. Conditioned through the body and the body impression, body consciousness arises. Conditioned through the subconscious mind, that is Bhavanga Citta, Bhavanga Mano, and the mind object, mind consciousness arises. So these 6 consciousness is directly concerned with us. It is of utmost importance for one or meditator to perceive this consciousness at the very moment of its arising. That can only be done by diligent mindfulness in accordance with the Satipatthana Vipassana Bhavana or mindfulness insight meditation. If This consciousness is not noted at the very moment of its arising by strenuous contemplation. The true nature of its impermanence, unsatisfactoriness, and egolessness cannot be clearly perceived. In delusion of permanence, satisfactoriness and self arise. Our meditators here, while contemplating in accordance with the Buddha's admonishment of this Citta Vipassana Bhavana, or contemplation of the mind, one can clearly perceive the consciousness or the noting mind, as well as the mental object, disappear at the moment of noting. Whenever physical and mental phenomena arises through eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind, it disappears when noted. That is the fundamental character of impermanence. The consciousness, that is, the mind in simple language, is capable of producing a variety or diversity of effects and actions. All the good and bad acts and various deeds are accomplished by the mind. You all are here because your mind's inclination brought you to this meditation center. Now, let us study the conversation between our Lord Buddha and the Deva on the subject of the mind. The Deva or celestial being inquired, "O Lord Buddha, what is influencing and conditioning the sentient beings? What is the sole power that induces the sentient beings into action?" Lord Buddha replied, "O Deva, it is the mind that is influencing and conditioning all the sentient beings. All sentient beings have to obey the driving force of the mind and act accordingly. Deva, being pleased with the Lord Buddha's reply, he went back to his abode. It is evident that being deluded by the kilesas or mental defilements, the sentient beings are motivated to commit the evil deeds by the mind. To cleanse the mental defilements of kilesas, it is of paramount importance to note all the mental and physical phenomena at the moment of arising. By Satipatthana Vipassana Bhavana or mindfulness insight meditation, the meditators perceive the true nature of the impermanence, unsatisfactoriness, and egolessness of all phenomena. Thereby all the mental impurities or kilesas are eliminated. After eradicating mental defilements, meditator will be able to cultivate proper understanding and finally gain wisdom and liberation from all suffering. To conclude the talk for today, I wish may all our meditators be able to contemplate this Satipatthana Vipassana Bhavana or mindfulness insight meditation diligently and attain path, fruition and Nibbana in the shortest possible time. The question is, when noting the sound hearing as hearing, it is easy to see hearing and passing away, one sound after another. When noting the sensations like pain, hardness, softness, heat or cold, especially pain or feeling or sensations, it lasts long. It doesn't disappear easily. So in that case, how to realize or how to see the impermanent characteristic of that object? That's the question. The answer is, if you mindfully watch, the pain, though not disappear, is changing. Nothing in this world is constant. Buddha said, Yan Kenji Samudaya Dhamma Sabandam Nirodha Dhammanti. In this world, anything that arises, it passes away immediately. Only thing is for us to see. That is the main object of meditation, to see. So regarding this question, pain can change in three ways. One, pain can change in intensity while noting the pain. Paining. Though it does not disappear, it changes intensity. From my pain may get stronger and stronger, and the stronger pain may fade away, softer and softer, and finally fade away. Even if it does not fade away or disappear, this change in intensity is the characteristic of impermanence or anicca. This pain or feeling or sensation will change in character. It may start with sharp pain or penetrating pain. Then as you go on noting, the pain can change its character. It may be hardness, it may change into hot heat or hotness. So this is we call change in character. Anything that change is impermanent, because it is impermanent, it change. So by realizing the change or by observing the change, one can realize this anicca nupassana jnana, sense of perception of impermanence. This is number 3. The size of the pain can change. Supposing pain started at the back pain. While noting the back pain, the pain may shift to the neck, like stiffness of the neck, or hardness of the buttock, or pain in the ankle or the knee. So the side can change. So this is the change. Change means impermanent. That's how you can realize the anatta or nature or impermanent characteristic of the pain or sensation. Worthy of note to see these characteristics of change, especially when one is noting pain or unpleasant feelings and sensations. Patience, we have said many times. As the saying goes, patience leads to nirvana. When a person is or meditator is noting the pain, one has to be patient with the pain. Our inherent tendency is anything unpleasant, not only the pain, any unpleasant experience, we are averse to it. We usually want to push it away and we wish that to disappear. That is a mistake as a meditation or meditator and meditation. Pain is your teacher. We all often stress that way. Pain comes to teach you. When you know the pain, you must open your heart or you open your mind with the idea of understanding or learning like a lesson. Like in school when you are given a project or research, you have to take you have to study from every angle all the information that can gather about the subject. So also when you are noting the pain, you must know patiently to understand the pain. And these 3 changes just now I have explained, you can clearly see that the change in intensity, the change in character, the change in the sight. So by understanding that the mind realizes the impermanent characteristic nature of this pain, pleasant sensations arise due to imbalance of the four great elements, what we call Mahabhuta, that constitute our physical body, when they are not in proper proportion. Heat, hardness, softness, or pain, all these can arise. So at the beginning, one should be patient. Here you can choose two strategies to deal with the pain or sensation. One is we call confrontation method, meaning you take up the pain as meditation object and watch, as just now I explained, patiently to understand its characteristics. That is the first method you do it. The second method is to change the object to a stronger object if you can pick up. If not, of course, sometimes when the pain is excruciating and you have bared to your utmost, then you have to adjust your position to ease off the pain. But everything must be done mindfully, starting from the intention, like intention to change, intending to change, and change slowly, and be aware of, by changing, how the pain slowly fade away and finally ease down. So by that way, your concentration or whatever you may call it, mindfulness or your meditation is not disturbed. You do everything mindfully. So that is the way you can deal with it. To understand this strategy better, during Buddha's time there is a story. As I often said, at the beginning of our sadhana, there is no proper institutions or meditation centers or monasteries, except in very few like Savatthi or Rajagha. Most of the meditators, after taking a meditation instruction from Lord Buddha, they had to go into the jungle. Aranya Katowa, Rokamula Katowa, Somyagara Katowa in Pali. For any meditation instruction, Buddha starts with that. Aranya Katowa, go to a forest. Rokamula Katowa, stay under a big shady tree. Somyagara Katowa, far away or secluded from the busy noises of busy distractions of the worldly life of the village or towns. And they had to go in there. So a group of, they usually go and went in groups. A group of 30 monks take a meditation instruction and they go to a village, to a forest nearby a village for alms food, and they practice there. And when they practice at night time, one tiger come and got hold of the person at the back, the monk at the back, and taken away and eat it up. So one day the elder monk, who's usually the senior monk, is like a father and a place or in a group of monks, always look after. He said, our population seems to be decreasing day by day. What's the matter? And the young monks reported that at night time, every night one tiger come and take away our brother bhikkhus. So he said, most bhikkhus, they just follow the tiger without making any noise, not to disturb the meditating other bhikkhus. So then the senior bhikkhu gave admonishment. No, when a bhikkhu is caught by a tiger, he must give warning, a shout and call for help. And we try to chase away the tiger. And that night, when the tiger came, then the young man made a line, "Oh, Venerable Sirs, the tiger has came to take me away." Then they chased, and the tiger ran away with the bhikkhu in the mouth. Probably, as you all might have heard, these Bangladesh or Bengali tigers and Indian tigers, especially in those days, forests are very thick and deep. I think very big tigers, they take human beings like cats taking a rat. And he jumped from one hilltop to another, so the bhikkhus cannot follow him. And there he started eating it is said tigers, when they eat, especially human beings, they are afraid to see the face, so they usually start eating from the foot. So as you can just think of it, how painful it will be. Alive, he was eaten. And he take up this pain as a meditation object, and he meditated on pain, seeing those characteristics of change and knowledge. And it is said and recorded in the Tipitaka, when the tiger has eaten up to the lake, he has gained the first enlightenment of Sotapadimagga. When they come up to the thigh, Sakadagami like that, and when the tiger eats the heart and he was about to die, he gained arhatship and he became arhat. So that is confrontation method. Taking the pain patiently and watching as meditation object. To understand the second strategy or substitution of object, during Buddha's time, there was two brothers of a rich parents. When their parents died, they inherited the parents' riches. Only two brothers, but the elder one was a bachelor. He's not married. And the younger one was married. They stay together and carry on family business. But the elder brother, probably his parameters of perfection is mature. He hand over everything of his share, because they were only two brothers, they share half and half of the riches. The brother hand over all whatever his share to the younger brother, and he went to a outskirt or in a village and he ordained as a monk. He renounced the worldly life and practiced meditation. But the wife of the younger brother, the elder brother and sister-in-law, tormented by greed. These mental defilements are hopeless. She thought, if this brother not happy as a monk, and if he come back to worldly life, we have to give him back his share. And out of that greed, evil mentality, she hired thugs to kill that monk. That was his brother-in-law, or elder brother. And that night, the thugs came to catch the monk. So the monk said, "Why you are catching me? I'm a harmless person, I'm just meditating." "Yes, we know, but your sister-in-law wants to kill you. So that's why we are paid to kill you. We came to kill you," he said. So the monk said, requested them, "Just give me one night. I haven't achieved anything yet in my meditation. Let me try one night. Give me a chance, one night to meditate." And the thug said, We cannot give guarantee. We cannot wait through the whole night. If you run away, we miss our opportunity of getting the money. So the monk nearby probably that is a big rock. He hold it and he smash his legs. And this is my guarantee. I won't run away. I cannot run away. Both bones are crushed by his own effort. And then the thugs give him permission to meditate, and they waited from nearby, or probably sleeping, and he meditated. As you know, the broken leg, not only one leg, both legs, fresh injury, is excruciating pain, very painful. And he take up the pain and meditate, but cannot. It cannot disappear. It's a freshly cut, freshly crushed injury. So later he thought of his purity of virtue. From the time he was ordained as a monk, he think back, he reflected back how his virtue is. And he sees stainless, purified virtue, his moral virtue or sila or observation of Patimokkha. And then piti arises, rapture. And he take up piti. Piti, as you all know, is one of the jhanic factors. It is reach and assess concentration. And he take up piti, he ignore the pain. That's why just now I said the second method is to substitute pain instead of pain as object. He substituted this rapture, and contemplating on rapture, he become an arhat. In the morning, when they killed, he's already arhat. So that's how you can deal with the pain. Though it does not disappear, we can deal that way. Either like that young monk, you confront, you take up the pain as object of noting, the object of meditation, and note patiently. Patience leads to Nibbana. And that's one strategy. And if not, if the pain is excruciating and lasting long, you ignore it and choose any other strong object that you can meditate, like this second bhikkhu, whose leg injury is excruciating pain that cannot be disappear a very short while, just recently and very freshly injured legs. Both legs. Now let us discuss this question I received before, and because it's the same subject about pain. Venerable Sayadaw, will a person's past deeds have a bearing on his meditation practice? For example, will a violent person experience a lot of pain in his practice? And if so, will his bearing of the pain and the practice nullify or exhaust his past bad karma? So the answer is, and the question that is asked about past deeds, will a person's past deeds have a bearing on his meditation practice? So probably about karma. Karma we must consider in two aspects, not only the past and present combined together bear fruit. So not only past deeds, present deeds also have a bearing on, not only on meditation practice, on one's life. As you all know, our main belief in Buddhism is belief in law of karma. Good begets good, bad begets bad. So any unpleasant experiences are result of past bad karma. Past doesn't mean that only past existence, even in this present existence, and the past means yesterday is today's past, like that. So any action, it depends on the type of action, the fruition, will result immediately or delayed. That is the only difference. So any pleasant or unpleasant experience we experience in this life is due to the bad or good karma of the past as well as the present. And this one we have many times discussed about this karma and its result. In response to the question put forward by the young man Suba, Buddha expounded this, and it is recorded as Chula Karma Vibhanga Sutta, cause and effect relationships of karma. Like killing, a person used to killing living beings will short-lived first. He had to go to be reborn and 4 lower ranks of woeful states. And by some past good karma, when he is reborn as human beings, he live short. Longevity will be short. That's why in body life we met some aborted, just conceived in the mother's womb. Some babies die while in the process of delivering. And some die immediately after birth. Some die suckling age, toddler age, like that. They don't even have lived about a year or so. So that is due to the habit of killing a living being. And a person who is used to harming other living beings will be sickling and will experience these unpleasant sensations like pain or any kind of unpleasantness will come not only as a meditation experience in life. And once life, one can meet many unpleasant experiences or accidents. Karma in our Buddhist teaching is a natural law, very exact and impartial, regardless of age, sex or creed. It acts the same. Like fire, anyone touched it will burn, a male or a female, old or young, any other religious or creed. This is a natural law. So also karma. And karma is a natural law, please remember. And it is impartial and it is very exciting in its result. So we have to take responsibility for our own actions, and that is what karma means. So the only way to nullify or exhaust without experiencing this is by this loftiest state of vipassana bhavana or insight meditation, accepting the 5 highness Karuta karma, very weighty karma, 5 weighty karma, accepting that the rest karmas can be modified or postponed by this vipassana kusala or methodology of insight meditation. The 5 Karuta karma or weighty karma or highness karma, I think you all are familiar. One is injuring a Buddha, because no one can kill a Buddha. One can injure and cause hematoma or mild injury. So trying to injure a Buddha and trying to cause a schism in the Sangha order to then killing an Arahant, noble person, holy person. Then patricide, killing one's own mother, patricide, killing one's own father. Accepting these 5, the rest karma can be transformed, modified, because as energy, no energy in this physical world can be destroyed. So karma cannot be destroyed. One has to pay and pay the price. But if you practice this vipassana bhavana inside meditation, you can transform, you can modify, and even you can postpone the result of that karma. There are many instances in our Buddhist teaching. If no more questions, let me a little bit add about the mind to this subject. A few facts that are worthy of note by our meditators, because it gives us very effective support in our meditation. In the Mahabharata is recorded, Sangha Rakhita Bhagineya Thera, a monk, regarding that monk. Buddha said, Durengama, Ekachara, Asarira, Kuhasaya, 4 characteristics of the mind. Durengama, the mind can travel far and wide. Meaning, the mind can take up object regardless of the distance of the place. I suppose if you have been to either Japan or America, how far from here? But if you think of it, inclined to think of it, immediately you can take the object there. So that is the one characteristic of the mind, is Durengama. Regardless of the distance, it can incline towards any object. That is the meaning, Durengama. Durengama directly translated is it can go or it can go be far and wide. Ekachara. Ekachara means wandering alone. Meaning mind can arise only one at a time. Like for instance, now you all are seeing me and listening to me. You all think that you are seeing me as well as hearing my voice at the same time. No. Because the eye cannot hear, the ear cannot see. When you are seeing my image, you miss my voice as hearing. And when you are hearing the voice, though you may be looking at me, you don't see me. So that is the meaning, Ekachara, mind arise only one at a time. This fact, we make use of it to know the wandering mind. When you know one mind wandering, thinking, when the noting mind becomes strong, the thought cannot continue, because the mind can take up only one object at a time. When mind is functioning as noting mind, it cannot think. So that is what is meant by Buddha said, Ekachara, mind wanders alone, arises alone, means one thought movement at a time only can arise. 2 thought movements cannot arise at the same time. So please remember this fact, because some have reporting that interview, they think that they are seeing 2, 3 objects at the same time. Actually, it's the mind's imagination or lingering effect of the object. Lingering effect means like some strong taste. When you chew, you get the taste. Even if you have swallowed and no more food in the mouth, the taste lingers on. It lasts some time. So also the mental impression is lasting. Actually, there is no more thought. When you are actually noting, then the mind is not thinking, but the mind is impressed as if thinking, and the meditators misconceive the idea that they are seeing 2, 3 objects at the same time. Cannot be seen at the same time. We can only experience one at a time. Ekachara means mind can pick up only one object at a time. So if more than one object is presenting to a meditator, one should ignore the rest and choose the most prominent object and take up as a meditation object. If all the objects are of the same intensity, you choose any one you like your own choice, but must take up only one object at a time and note it. And the third feature is Sarira. Is negative prefix in Pali. Sarira means this physical body. Buddha said mind has got no body. Meaning it is not a material phenomena, it is a mental phenomena. Mind, as you know, is like a kind of energy, like electrical energy or magnetic energy. So it has got no physical elements in it. So that is why Buddha said, Sarira means it is not a body. So piety mnemonic worthy of remembering is, if a person says, what is mind? You see, no matter. What is matter? Never mind. So matter is not the mind, and the mind is not the matter. That's why so-called a person or a being, we are composed of this Nama and Rupa, psychophysical composite. So mind is not matter, please remember. It is a mental phenomena. And body is a material phenomena. That is why mind and matter, Nama and Rupa, Buddha said, Sarira. Then the fourth feature Buddha said is Guhasaya. Guhasaya means mind dwells in a cave, he said. Meaning mind space is heart space. Please remember, modern medical science point to brain because they don't understand about the mind. Mind has two levels. One is subconscious level and conscious level. And technical term in the Abhidhamma, they call it process thought. It's conscious mind. Then when it becomes subconscious mind, it is called Bhavanga Citta, life continuum. Life continuum has a heart as a piece. Process thought is done by brain. And these medical science is missing this, and they contribute the mind to be based on brain only. No. Life continuum, main stream of mind is based on cardiac water, heart based. Heart is a hollow organ where the redundant blood comes, and when it contracts, it goes into the lung and purified by oxygenation and get elimination of carbon dioxide. So it is a hollow organ. That's why Buddha gave us simile as a cave. Guhasaya means he said mind dwells in a cave. Means mind arises as a taking heart as a base. Please remember that. The first citta that arises in any existence is called liver-linking mind or liver-linking consciousness. The first is the very first thought moment and at the time of conception when sperm and ovum fertilize. And from thence on, all the mental thoughts are we call Bhavanga Citta, or it is translated in English as life continuum, because it is a continuation of life process from this jati at the time of rebirth linking consciousness. Bhavanga Citta until the end of this life. That consciousness is called Cuti Citta, that consciousness. So, Bhavanga Citta, Patisandhi Citta, Bhavanga Citta and Cuti Citta is the same process, and that is at the subconscious level of the mind. Like a river, if you study, the upper layer is a swift current moving, and lower it has its own speed of the two streams passing in a single stream. Two currents are operating there. So also our mind is, after conscious thought moment arises, like when you see or when you hear, After each hearing, it falls back to Bhavanga Citta. So it has two levels. So this Bhavanga Citta takes heart as a base. Process thought or this process thought is done by pride. So please clearly understand, if you study Abhidhamma, you need this knowledge to understand all the classification of Cittas.
Nibbanasa Achayo Hotu Idame Punya Yatina Hotu Sukita Hontu Nyatayo Imano Punya Bangam Sabasatanam Dema Sadhu Sadhu Sadhu.
Vivo